Thank you. So I've got quite a specific question to ask about facial recognition technologies, and I use that term intentionally. So yesterday, Budget Committee got a letter from the Interim Chief Financial Officer for the Met telling us that the overall revenue budget in 25-26 for OIFR, operator-initiated facial recognition, is 763k. Yet on the Met's website, it says that this isn't a type of facial recognition that they use. So we're spending 763k on a type of facial recognition that isn't used. So my question is that a form of facial recognition that's been used? So to be clear, there's three types. One's live facial recognition, the one we commonly talk about. There's retrospective. Then there's operation-initiated, which is in real time, the officer takes a photograph of a subject via a device and submits it immediately to search against a reference image database. So apparently we're not using it, but we're spending 763k on it. So I want to ask if that's correct, if that's being used, and what the actual cost of LFR is, the live facial recognition.
Well, Chair, I recognise the issue she raises. I've not got the information with me. Can I take that away and come back to in relation to the point she raises? I'll endeavour to write to her sooner rather than later.
So are you aware, do you talk to the Met about this operated-initiated facial recognition? Do you know anything about that?
So we often talk about live facial recognition. What we don't talk about is the allocation of monies within the Met Police budget on each individual type of facial recognition.
So obviously, yeah, because live facial recognition works with a watch list that's meant to be deleted after the operation happens, and we've got lots of concerns about how that, is formed. What I'm concerned about is, one, we're spending 763k on something that apparently we're not using, but also that this means that there is a reference image database that exists. So obviously I've got many questions about who's on that database. So, yeah, if I can get some information about how we're spending this money, it'd be really good to clarify that.
I'm more than happy to take that away.
Thank you. And just as a topic of interest for this week, you'll be aware that the MPS is currently facing a legal challenge over live facial recognition in the High Court for someone who was wrongly identified. How much money has the Met set aside for this, and any potential future costs or compensation associated with live facial recognition legal challenges?
Well, this isn't the first case brought against the Met Police Service, and as the member will be aware, the Met Police Service has a contingency when it comes to legal cases. This is also not the first legal challenge when it comes to live facial recognition. So there is a contingency within the Met Police Service in terms of court cases, either as, by the way, respondent. Sometimes the Met Police Service will bring a case in terms of the issues the Met Police Service has, but there is no set budget for legal challenges because it obviously fluctuates year to year, so I couldn't tell the amount of monies on this individual case. Once the case is concluded and cost orders are made, we'll then get a figure, and I can endeavour to get the Met Police Service to write to the member at the conclusion of the case to let her know how much a particular individual case cost.
Thank you. And is this something that you discuss in terms of the fact that it's operating without a proper legal framework? Is that something that's seen as a high risk in terms of cost for legal challenges?
That is the basis of the case. We're not sure yet whether that case is going to be successful. What we do discuss is the safeguards. So one of the reasons we have in London a London ethics panel is for this independent panel to ensure they can check new methods used by the police service as well as methods they're currently using. So there's previously a case, I think in Wales a number of years ago, and the London ethics panel looked at that case, and the Met Police Service worked with the ethics panel to make sure that the live facial recognition used in London is commensurate with the recommendations of the London ethics panel and the previous case that have been brought. It's quite common for legal challenges to be brought with a particular point of view, and we wait for the court judgment to decide what is the judgment. Often there is appeals. After a first instant judgment, I suspect in this case, whoever loses will appeal.
Yeah, we'll keep a close eye on what happens in this legal case this week. Thank you.